This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30. Needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline. Breaks the third tackle. Comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle. Sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, gets back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good. Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown! No greater redemption!
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, boom! What's going on, faithfuls? The Sunglass Boys are back, huh? We are in here, man, guys. Time for a fun Q&A. Look, people are already telling us that we were late, Tony. We didn't even set a time. We just made the room. We didn't even put a time. What's going on, bro?
Nah, you really put sunglasses on.
Hey, man, I got your back, man. You shine, I shine. You know what I'm saying?
I
Stevie Wonder on over here, bro. All right, guys. So, we got a couple things to talk about while you guys load
Let's
your
go.
questions. I'm going to shoot some stuff over here to Tony, get his thoughts on everything, man. We got a live Q&A here, no topic off limits. So, guys, start firing in your questions. We'll get to them as soon as we see them. Tony, man, I got to ask you, though, man. Julian Edelman, I know it's old, but he heard read the quote about what Martellus Bennett said about Jimmy Garoppolo in that Week 3 game. And he kind of said, yeah, I kind of agree with him. What are your thoughts on that, man? And does this hurt the 49ers' options of moving Jimmy Garoppolo later on?
Yeah, listen, it's starting to come out, man. Martellus Bennett first, Edelman second. And you heard, like, the laughs in the background when he was telling the story. And like, you know, it is what it is. He pulled the same stuff with the Niners. I don't know if Don Yee was in his ear with the Patriots, but he was in his ear with the Niners. It is what it is. To be honest with you, I think the Niners should just cut ties and let him go wherever the hell he wants. I don't care at this point. Let's get the full return, the full cap credit back, instead of having to trade him for a 4th or 5th round pick and eating X amount of money, because you know no one's going to take that full salary on. So, you know, I as far as I agree with Edelman 100%, I agree with Martellus Bennett 100%. And listen, if they can't trade him without eating anything, cut him.
Okay. All right. You know, what's weird to me is this Jimmy, like, I think that happened. I think he really felt how the locker room kind of soured on him, that offense. How you take a whole week of preparation and then on game day you say, yeah, I'm not going to go. Like, Jimmy never did that here the whole time he was here. We did have some complaints about him, you know, his injuries and I'm not going to play. And the next thing you know, he's a starter. We also had some complaints about him straight up just being the guy when we felt like he didn't give us the best opportunity. But I can't recall a time where he took the week of practice and then all of a sudden said, yo, I'm not going to be the guy. Can you recall anything like that? It seems like he learned from that situation to me, I guess is what I'm saying. What do you think?
I want to kick back to 2020 in Arizona the last week. Kittle dressed. He had an injury, what the hell it was, But he prepared all week. He was dressed. He was in uniform, and he didn't play. That's why I think we even spoke about this like a long time ago. When we saw the writing on the wall, and once Trey was drafted, the trade was made. Shit like that. I mean, if you're hurt, you're hurt. But if you can prepare all week, play, participate in practice, no setbacks with an injury, your ass better be on that field.
Yeah, and that seemed to be the sentiment of what they were talking about. That seemed to be like the hang-up, the beef, was that like you're out there, you're taking all the snaps. You could let other people get those quality snaps, and then you choose not to, then you back out on us. But I do think that he changed a little bit. You know what I'm saying? All right, so listen, Mike. Oh wait, we got some questions here. Okay, all right, I see what's going on here. All right, so the first question we got here, man. Will Jimmy G get traded to the Browns?
If the Browns are willing to take him as is, I mean, I don't want the Niners eating anything. They don't have to eat anything. They could cut him and walk away clear. But, I mean, if it could raise a rounded value in the compensation return, so let's say they settle on a 4 and get you a 3. I mean, if you have to eat $5 million, you eat $5 million, but I'm not eating $15, $20 million. There's no friggin' point to do that. There's 0 point. Jimmy has no guarantee on his deal. You trade him, you work on a contract extension with his agent and the player, and then you come up with your number between you and them. The 49ers are not involved with the structure of this deal. This is his deal. His guarantees are paid for already, and that's it. It's week to week. So if you're interested in trading for him, that means you want him on your roster, and you need to figure out the financial end of it. The 49ers should not have to pay 0 for Jimmy Garoppolo. But it's either the Browns or the Panthers, if you ask me.
I think the Seahawks are a dark horse. I know it's an inter-division thing and all that, but I think that could be a dark horse. You know what's interesting, man? The sooner we get the verdict on this Deshaun Watson thing, the better idea we'll have of all this. Once the NFL makes a ruling on him, I think it's very, very hard. I think it's low probability that he ends up in Cleveland. I just feel like they have too many quarterbacks on that roster already, and they still have the rights to Baker Mayfield. That's one thing that everyone keeps forgetting. They don't have to move Baker Mayfield at all. Hey, get out here and play. Or if he sits out, he forfeits his money. It's not guaranteed if he sits out, right? I know it's that 5th-year option, but how does that work?
I'm not 100% sure. I know it's fully guaranteed, the number, but I don't know the structure and the language, the verbiage of the contract. But I will say this, in my opinion, I think the door's shut on Mayfield. They got to get him out of there. They came out in the public and saying they want a winner, they want a more mature quarterback. That's pretty much a slap in his face. And if I was Baker Mayfield, I would want nowhere near that team after they just traded that guy and paid him that. And on top of that, they made those comments. So I think the door's closed with Baker in Cleveland. I saw something on Twitter this week. I was flipping through it that Seattle is making calls and trying to make a push to get him. I don't know how true it is because everyone tweets these damn things out. But I thought that was interesting because I think that's the most logical situation for Baker Mayfield and Seattle. But again, they would have to work on an extension with that type of cap number.
Yeah, it wasn't. I think I'm with you there, man. It's going to be tough to get him traded to the Browns, and the Mayfield thing doesn't make much sense there, but we'll see what happens. Will Jimmy G get traded? Period. Just a quick yes or no. I'm going to say yes. What say you?
I'm going to say no. I think they cut him.
Ooh, okay. All right. Tommy Huxley says, "Why am I the GOAT? Because you are what you eat." Baracha. No, just me. All right, it's cool. All right, it's cool. Tommy Huxley comes back again. He says, "Mike, where'd it go? Here we go, Mike. The sun in your eyes, or you just trying to be cool like me? I'm trying to be cool like you and Tony, bro. I'm trying to be cool like both of y'all. Okay, it's all right. All right. So here we go. Here's a question here. Do you see another linebacker trade this preseason like we did with Jonas Griffin?"
Yeah, there could be. I mean, I think the team could be behind closed doors trying to make not a situation. What am I talking about? Trying to make a decision on which route they want to go as far as extending either Shahir or Greenlow, because I don't think they keep both on an extension, because in today's football, it's more of a passing league and it's more of two linebackers, and obviously Fred Warner's one of them. So they would have to decide who would be the second one. Both on the last years of their deals. So it'll be interesting if they feel like they're going to try to start negotiations on an extension for these two players, and they feel they're not at like a stalemate. One of them could get moved, and open up the door for someone like a Gremmel from North Carolina, the undrafted free agent that they signed, and then the other guy who's a 4.3, I forgot his name, Obi or something. He's a 4.35 linebacker out of San Diego State. Typical undersized guy, 5'11", 6 foot, 2 1/4. Sideline to sideline linebacker.
Yeah, I just heard that PFF rated the 49ers the number one linebacking core, and that's going to immediately, whether you're a casual GM or you're really, really into this, that's going to put them. Hey, we got a weakness at linebacker. Let's see if we can get one of the ones from the Niners. I absolutely think it's possible. I think that if there's a single position that the Niners can afford the trade and would be willing to trade, and that people would want to acquire from us this year, it's probably the linebacker position. I don't know what other groups we have that are as deep for someone who is starter worthy, not rotational, and that's a little caveat there. Someone that's worthy of being a starter.
I think we could throw corner into that. Verrett's healthy. Mosley's on the last year of his deal. That could be something to keep an eye on. And plus, you have to keep the eye on the development of Ambry Thomas as well. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that's something that the team or the NFL would have to keep an eye on if you want to address your corner position.
All right, I'll bite. What corner in that scenario is the guy that's getting traded? Like, who? If I'm another team looking at your roster, which one of those guys do I want?
Well, I think Travis Ward ain't going nowhere. I think then it will come down to a three-way with Ambry Thomas, Verrett, and Mosley. And Mosley being on the last year of his deal could be the wild card. Well, not the wild card. Could be the guy potentially that teams could target. If the development of Ambry Thomas, if they see a big significant leap in year 2 in training camp with Ambry Thomas, and Jason Verrett is healthy and he's proving things, I'm not saying it's going to happen, and I don't even think it could happen during training camp. It could be a situation where potentially at the trade deadline. I'm just saying potentially because there is a little bit of a stockpile of corners now. They have the Castro Fields kid that everyone's raving about. You got the Womack kid, the nickel corner. You have Denard. You have the kid they drafted last year from Oregon, Lenore. Dante Johnson lurking. So you do have like that mid-tier stockpile of corners that are sitting on this roster where a decision might have to be made.
Yeah, I think I know how much we like the 49ers roster and everything. I just think if I'm outside looking in, I don't want Verrett because he can't stay healthy. Emmanuel Mosley played pretty well. All right, he's a possibility. But then there's Charvarius Ward. Him and Emmanuel Mosley are one and the same, and you're not going to get rid of Ward. You just acquired him. So that leaves Ambry Thomas and Lenore. If you're looking at Lenore, this guy got benched in week 2 or 3 and could not get back on the field. And Ambry Thomas only got play after you ran through 4 other injuries at that position. Now, I personally like the play that I saw from Ambry Thomas and the growth. So let me be very clear with what I'm saying. I'm talking from the outside, looking in on this roster. There's not many people that now, if the Niners called, if they said, hey, we got a corner we're trying to move, and you want to throw out there, what do you think about Emmanuel Mosley? I think a team would be like, oh, wait, you guys are willing to give him up? Well, yeah, sure, we'll take him. But I don't think anybody's asking to trade with us for that position, because I think they see it as a bunch of unproven guys, an injured guy in Jason Verrett, and then Mosley and Ward. And even with Mosley's, injured a couple of times this season, which is not a bad thing. Most players are, so I'm not like trying to kill him for that. But yeah, it is possible though. It is very possible that we can get a trade here. All right. Let's see what we got here. How much money will they afford on Jimmy Garoppolo? I think this question is asking like how much would Cleveland have to give him, or how much money would the Niners have to spend to get him to go somewhere? And Tony answered, anything more than $5 million, we're not doing. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the injury guarantee is 7.5, and if we're doing this for cap space purposes, anything more than $5 million, we'd be willing to pay him to stay as a backup. I know fans don't want him here. I'm just talking about from the Niners' perspective. Anything more than $5 million, they'd be willing to pay him to stay as a backup. So it doesn't make any sense. I think that's the cap also. What about you, Tony?
Yeah, I agree. The time has come. He's got to go. And that's why I'm more adamant about cutting, because you don't need two people to cut him. You just pulled the trigger. You cut him. You put him on the free agent list. He's off your roster. You credited back money. You flip it forward to next year, and you start working on extensions for your homegrown talent. And that's it. I don't want to shed no money to nobody to take this guy on. He has no guarantee. There's no reason why they should have to forfeit any money at all to trade him, in my opinion. It's an easy tradable contract. If you're suspect about it, you sit him down with his agent, Mr. Don, the great E, and say, hey, listen, we're interested. We want to pull this trade off. The Niners said we have to work out a contract with you because they're not paying anything. And they take it from there. They structure a deal that can fit what their cap situation is, and they'll be able to get the players they want.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And guys, don't forget, it is Tuesday. We will be back live tonight, preparing a show for you guys. I take my daughters to ballet and stuff like that. It's going to be a good day. But we got some good stuff coming to you guys, so make sure you guys are locked in, subscribed, got your notifications turned on, okay? The next question is from Danny Albright. Will Deebo sign a contract in a few weeks? Basically, is Deebo going to be signed before this begins?
I think Deebo will be signed. I think the extension gets done. I think they want him here. I think his agent's advice on how to handle the situation didn't work well. The first contract landed, and that was A.J. Brown with the trade from the Titans to Philly. You look at the total value after all, like the numbers were released, it pretty much comes down to like $20 million a year. I found this on the web. And $20 million a year, according to some people, the Niners lowballed Deebo at $19 million. $1 million off isn't considered lowball to me. So I think the deal gets done. I think Deebo does want to be here because, you got to look at it like this. This is a system that he produced in. He's comfortable in. He knows the ins and outs. He knows the personnel. Kyle knows him. He doesn't have to learn new twists into a new offense. Even if he went to the Jets, I'm sure LaFleur had twists in his offense that he would have to pick up and adjust. It's a tight group. The deal gets done. The Niners want him there. You think he really, truly wants to be there. I think he will be in the backfield at times, but, we secured a young talent going forward, hopefully, God willing.
All right. Tony says yes. I'm going to say no. I don't think Deebo signs in the next few weeks. I'm saying few is in the next 3 or 4 weeks. If he gets one done, I think it's during the season now. Although, history suggests otherwise, right? History tells you that the Niners are going to give out their big contracts in August. That's when Kittle got his contract. You see Fred Warner get his contract then. You know what I'm saying? Trent Williams got his way before them, but that was because he couldn't become a free agent. So that makes sense. That was like in the wee hours on the free agency door. So the guys that they extend on the team that get the bag, the players on the roster that get the bag, it usually happens in August. But I'm still going to say no. I still think if it happens, it's during the season. Because, whatever. Yeah, that's my answer. All right. 49ers Throwback says, what are you looking forward to in training camp? Can't wait to hear Tony's answer from this.
First things first. Obviously, Trey. First of all, we're going to get reports. So I'm not there. Mike's not there. We're not going to be boots on the ground at training camp. But what I want to hear is all positive reviews about Trey. Ball placement, everything's in rhythm on time. Throws are being thrown on time. Accuracy, you want to hear that versus the first team defense. Second, I want to hear about the offensive line, especially the interior. I want to hear, whether it's Brendel, whether it's one of the rookies, the two guards, who's going to be starting there, if it's Brunskill, whatever. I want to hear that. And another thing I'm dying to hear about this pass rush. And I know it's not going to be full bore, but you tend to, if you read the articles, you see the would have been sack comment usually. I'm dying to see how many of those we're going to see versus this offensive line. And most importantly, just health. I just want to let's stay healthy throughout the whole training camp, and let's get into the season healthy and just do our thing.
All right. I like that, man. I like that. I think I want to hear about the growth of the wide receivers with Trey, not just Trey Lance, right? I want to hear about the wide receiver development. I want to hear about those guys really connecting, and I want to hear things about the secondary. I want to hear that the secondary looks good, whether it's Hufunga that's in there or someone else. I want to know that the secondary, the safety position is locked in, and people feel confident about it. I want to hear confidence, which is going to be a little weird. It's going to be hard to hear from training camp, right? Because the people who are there, the people who are going to be able to write the articles, I think it's impossible for me to be pleased, right? If I'm sitting here saying I want to hear Trey Lance in the secondary playing well, odds are I'm not going to hear that the secondary Trey Lance and the wide receivers can't play well and the secondary play well at the same time. So I'm probably going to be disappointed one way or the other, but of course that's how my crazy ass brain works. So yeah, that's where I am. All right, here we go. This is Troy. He's saying, "What's up, Troy?" He says, "Question: do we pay Deebo what he wants once Jimmy is traded?" I'll go first here. I'm going to say no because we don't know what Deebo wants. From everything that's been said, it's not about money. So I would be completely guessing to try to say there's a number that he wants that the Niners can't attain right now because Jimmy's on the roster. But that's as good of a guess as I have.
I don't think Jimmy's a hindrance to Deebo's extension at all. I actually think the Niners are going to somehow manage a way to lower this year's number somehow from $4 million down and add on 4 or 5 years of an extension to the back end of the deal. So I'm not really there on saying Jimmy's the holdup. I think Jimmy would be the holdup if they wanted to bring in, if it was early in the year, like a top tier free agent, then that would be the issue. But you already have Deebo on contract, under contract, so you could just actually just say he's on the last year of his deal. Let's add 4 years to the end of it, and now it becomes a 5-year deal, or just a 4-year extension that was added.
I got you. Now, what about this one here? It says total number of passing and rushing yards for Trey Lance this season.
Go first, Mike. Tell me, I gotta pay a toll.
All right, so I did this and I wrote it down, and my daughter just took my phone. I think I'm at 4,100 yards ish. I think I'm in that range. And rushing yards, I'm only gonna say 273 to 300. I don't think he has a lot of rushing yards. I think that's where I want to go because it's a 17-game season now. I know that the 4,100 number might sound like, wait, whoa, what? Mike's crazy. But I mean, it's not that crazy if we're going to be passing the way I think we're going to be passing, right? You have your better pass catching backs in the building now. 4,100 yards over 17 games. It's a lot, but it ain't all that, right? We're talking 250, less than 250 yards a game. I think the Niners can do that. To be exact, it's 241. I definitely think the Niners can do 241 yards a game to get to 4,100 yards on the season, which means Trey Lance was set a first-year starter record for the 49ers, just so you know. All right, Tony, what you got, man?
All right, there's two ways I look at this. If he's under 4,000 yards throwing, I see the offense as completely balanced, and the run game is having success as well as the pass game. If he goes over 4,000 yards, I see it as Kyle is back to his Atlanta offense. That's the way I see it. Now, where I think he's going to be, Jimmy coming in at 3,900 twice in his career with Kyle Shanahan, and that was him probably, I think it's safe to say, controlling him and, bogging down his offense. I think Trey could go from 42, 40. I'll even say, I don't want to say 45 because that's a lot. I'll say 42 in throwing. I think he gets, I'm going to say probably anywhere between 300 and 400 rushing, because I think Kyle, you're going to see like the original West Coast offense come back potentially, glimpses of it. Where remember when Steve Young would run like the naked bootleg? I think you're going to see that with Kyle and Trey Lance, because Mike did it with John Elway, and that's the type of quarterback we have here. Big arm quarterback, mobile quarterback, and I think that's where we're going here. I don't think it's going to be designed runs. I think his rushing yards are going to be from waiting in the pocket, counting to 4 Mississippi in his head. If the reads aren't there, nothing's open, and then he takes off. I don't think it's going to be designed run like it was versus Arizona.
Okay. All right, I'm going to get to the next question. Act like I didn't hear Tony say 4 Mississippi.
Stop. Where the hell Mike go? Left.
I'm here. I got like this little virus thing. All right, bye. So we have sorry, I was saying, let me find the next question, and I'm gonna act like I didn't hear Tony say 4 Mississippis for this offensive line. That's a good thing, man. All right, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna find the next question here.
No, that's not the Mississippis. That's the back Clyde's head.
I got you.
Because don't forget, it's not you're not getting Jimmy Garoppolo where he stands there. Trey will move out the pocket and create and then try to extend the play, and that's where the 4 Mississippi comes in. If he's in the shotgun, right, or he's under center, takes a 5 to 7 step drop, sits, reads, waits a minute, gets pressure from the left, steps up and rolls to the right, you're easily at 4 seconds with extending that play to wait something for a route to break off and open. And if that route's not there, that's when I think Trey will run the ball.
All right, so here's the next question here is, would Jimmy take a pay cut to stay here? Not would you do it, not would the team offer it, would Jimmy? Do you think Jimmy would take a pay cut to stay here?
No. Absolutely not. And he said it himself.
That's very interesting. All right, I like it, man.
Because if you recall, I wouldn't put.
Go ahead,
you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
He said, I wouldn't put anybody through what I went through last year. Jay's done.
I think
he said his goodbye at his closing conference.
I think that was more about looking over his shoulder and knowing that your replacement's on the roster and you still got to play through it. I think that's what he's talking about, wouldn't put somebody through it. If he knows he's going to be the backup, I think Jimmy would accept less money if he says, all right, that's what I'm going to do. It worked for Mitchell Trubisky. It could definitely work for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a way better quarterback than Mitch. He's got more success. If Jimmy were to go somewhere and just sit as a backup for a year, he'd get a very nice contract next year. I think that would happen for Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think that's what he was talking about when he said that, and I think there's a number. He might be sour on the 49ers. Let's be very clear here. And so I do understand exactly what Tony's saying. Like, he might not want to do anything with the 49ers. So I completely understand what Tony's getting at there. But I think for, I don't know, $7-8 million a year as a backup with, you know, I think he would do it. I don't know if the Niners would do it, but that's not what the question is. So.
Yeah.
Question, do you think Kyle will be more forgiving if Trey struggles, or will he pull him quick for the backup? We all know Kyle has no patience for certain players. Troy, this is a really good question. I mean, you know, I'm going to let Tony go first here, but I have an answer here. I have a quick answer too.
I think he's going to be, I'm not going to say patient. I think he's going to be, from the standpoint knowing that this kid has not played football on a regular down in basis for 2 years, and this is his first year taking over. It's not an excuse. I do think Kyle will be very lenient with him. I do, because of what he invested with him. He is tied to him, and I think Kyle knows the untapped his ability. Like, he knows if this kid gets comfortable and picks it all up, like, you know, on the field, and the game slows down for him, he knows where the next level, he can take this offense to the next level with Trey Lance at quarterback. The levels that Jimmy Garoppolo could never take this offense. And that's the reason why he'll be a little bit more lenient, because the ceiling of production will be higher with Trey than it was ever going to be, was ever with Jimmy. Because back to the previous question, you know, how many times do you see Kyle completely lose it? The one time on camera, he went to the bench and got in Jimmy's face. And if you could put 2 and 2 together, you pretty much know what he said.
Right.
So
yeah, that was early in the year too. Wasn't it like it's like the Lions or some shit like that, or the Vikings?
No, I think like week 3, he did that, and I was just like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, you meant this season? I went back. I'm sorry, I went back a couple years. I went back to 2018.
Yeah, no, it was this season.
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's been happening for a while, but I get what you're saying. Okay, my answer is going to be, I think he's going to be very forgiving. How many times last year did everybody in the whole world watching feel like, all right, that's it, Kyle's had enough of Jimmy, he's going to pull him for Trey, right? There were games in the postseason where we felt in the second half he should have pulled him and put the guy in there, and he didn't do it. I think when Kyle says, this guy is my quarterback for this game, he truly, truly feels that way. I think he will let him play through bad patches. I think Kyle knows he has to have a little bit more patience with Trey also, and let him learn. He's got to learn this thing. He's got to learn to play through the bad times and all that stuff. I don't think there's a chance that Trey gets benched for performance at all this season. I don't think there's a single thing he can do that would get him benched for performance this season. So, yeah. All right. Let me see. My man says he thinks they run the ball. I agree. Yeah, see, Callie, you got to keep those notifications on, man. You got to know when we're going live, bro. All right, here we go. Here's another question. Do you think Trey Sermon can beat out Ty Davis Price on the depth chart? Tony, man, come on now. These are my two guys right here. Oh, I don't know how to feel about this. Oh, God.
I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting, because you got to realize something. Bobby Turner was involved with the draft process with Trey Sermon. Anthony Lynn was involved with the draft process for Ty Davis Price. So there could be a slight favoritism towards TDP because he was picked by the new running back coach and assistant head coach. I'm just putting it out there. I think from just seeing off of social media, Sermon's been putting it in. He's been grinding all off season, all foot speed drills, quick feet. And I just think he just needs to become more comfortable. But the only thing that is like kind of mind-boggling to me is the only way you're going to be more comfortable at game speed is when you're getting game reps. And he's yet to get game reps other than that one start that he had, in which he ran pretty good. He rushed over 100 yards. But he needed more, and I just would love to know the reason why. I think I know why, but he seems like he's a little bit hesitant when he gets the ball and making that decision to make that cut. And that is a big no-no with Bobby Turner. And if it's a no-no with Bobby Turner, it's a no-no with Kyle. So we got to see how it looks now. Now, the question is, will there be a shift in scheme? Will there be a shift in philosophy as far as the run game? Bigger guards. Are we going to go with a more power scheme where Cerny could potentially be a little bit better? Are we going to go with an outside zone? Are we going to go with an inside zone? Is there going to be more RPO? These are all things we don't know, and we're going to find out. Well, we won't find out till week 1, but the preseason's very vanilla. But, these are all things that have to be accounted for in making that decision.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I think, all right, so the short answer is no. But I do think both of these guys are higher on the depth chart than people think. I think everybody has Elijah Mitchell as RB1. I think a lot of people have Jeff Wilson Jr. as RB2, then Ty Davis-Price, and then Trey Sermon. And I'm willing to bet that spots 2 and 3 are neither one of the guys that we just named in those spots. I don't think Jeff Wilson Jr. is RB2. I think that probably ends up going to Ty Davis-Price. And then I think Sermon is running back 3. I really do. So we'll see what happens.
I think Jeff Wilson Jr. is going to be in a battle with Wilson. Not Wilson.
Hasty.
Jeff Wilson Jr. Mason.
Oh, so you think Hasty's gone?
I don't know, man. This kid Mason's drawing rave reviews, bro. Everyone is talking this kid up. Anthony Lynn even mentioned him in the presser in one of those, where they sit in the room and all, the just sit around them and they just shoot questions. Anthony Mason. Anthony Lynn brought up Mason specifically without even being asked about him. So that's very interesting. So I'm just keeping it at that. But Hasty's he is a talented runner. But the question is he the right fit in this scheme? He's too side to side.
Right.
Oh, he's undersized. His pass pro is not great. You can catch the ball out of the backfield. Tends to put the ball on the ground. He's very explosive. I'm not knocking him for that. But is he better than what we have? Or did we in my opinion, we upgraded the position definitely from last year. They definitely upgraded that position group. With no questions. So you got to see it on the field, and that's the tell-all.
All right. Let me see if we got any other questions. How much more driving you got over there?
10 minutes.
All right. We'll run through a few more then, if you don't mind. Robert says here, can Brock beat out Sudfeld? All right. On the count of 3, we're going to answer the question. Ready? 1.
Wait. I'm just going to clarify something. All right, we'll do it, and I'll clarify when you're done. Go.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. No. All right.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Can I tell you why? Mm-hmm. The reason why he's not going to beat him out for that second job this year is because Sudfeld is the mentor role, if you will, to Trey Lance. All right, if you pay attention to what's going on in this offseason, everywhere where Trey Lance is, Sudfeld's with him. They have a bond, they have a rapport, they have a relationship. So the Niners were actually smart by bringing him back because it's someone he feels comfortable with, and it's someone that's not going to be consistently looking over his shoulder to try to take his job. On the other hand, let's play the devil's advocate. You kind of want someone pushing Trey Lance, and you don't want Trey Lance to become comfortable. So I understand, but listen, this is Trey Lance's team. You just want him to stay hungry and stay committed and keep grinding tape, being committed, with film and in the classroom with Brian Greasy. You want that. You don't want to lose that. You don't want him to get complacent. Do I think it could become an issue? No. And that's why I think they stuck with Sudfeld, because they know the type of player and how Trey Lance is wired as an individual, as a competitor. So I think we're going to be good with that. But right now, I think Sudfeld will be the guy. But I'm telling you, Purdy's going to be the Colt McCoy for the 49ers. And I would not be surprised with him potentially trying to take the second quarterback job next year, or I don't know what they want to do. If they want to try to keep 3 guys, I don't know. But
Clipboard Jesus, we got our own. I
What's
like
that?
it. I like it. I said, Clipboard Jesus, we got our own. All right, man. I like it. I like it. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry. Kyle better have the same energy. Oh, I lost it. Where'd it go? All right, here we go. That wasn't a question. I have Mitchell RB1 because Kyle trusts him. AC gone. I agree, TL. Okay. Tony, I think we went through all the questions, bro. Now, we did have a super chat here, but there was no comment. So, Bobby Robinson, if you were still around, I want you to please type a message. All right? Type something for us here to see. Don't worry about, another super chat. We appreciate it. Thank you for it. I'm going to go back to it and see if you typed anything right after. Mike, glad to hear from y'all. Thank you, man. Okay, so maybe that's what he wanted to say. We're just glad to hear from us. Thank you very much, man. We've gone down to weekly instead of twice a week. But I'm gonna try to pick it back up. I want to make sure I'm bringing you guys something authentic. Don't want to feel like we're just sitting here kind of going through the motions and wasting your guys' time. I like to try to bring you guys something. So we do have a show for tonight, though. That's the cool thing about it. It's gonna be a lot of fun too. I can't wait. Kyrie Irving is opting into his $37 million player option for the 2022-2023 season, bypassing on multiple opt-in and trade scenarios to fulfill his 4-year commitment to the Nets. So Kyrie's staying with the Nets.
That's going to be a trade. They're going to try to trade Irving for Westbrook. Watch, because Irving took his option. Westbrook took his.
So the Nets are going to intentionally get worse?
I don't know. It can't be much worse than with Irving there.
Well, Irving, but he'd be allowed to play this year now.
Yeah, he would. He would.
They weren't bad with him. It just didn't happen a lot because of the rules, which are now changing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an interesting dynamic. Sorry, I got a little over here looking on the side. All right. Rank the corners. Okay, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. E-Nice, Nietzsche, NYC. I say all 3 of them every time, but I know it's E-Nice. All right, so if I had to rank the corners, assuming everybody is healthy, I'm going to go number 1, Jason Verrett. Number 2, Emmanuel Mosley. Number 3, Travarius Ward. Number 4, Ambry Thomas. Number 5, Diamador Lenore. Those are my outside guys in order. Oh, wait. I lied. Number 1 is Jason Verrett. Number 2 is Emmanuel Mosley. Number 3 is Travarius Ward. Number 4 is Ambry Thomas. Number 5 is Dante Johnson. Number 6 is Diamador Lenore. For outside guys. All right. What you got there, Tony?
Ward. I got Ward, Verrett, Mosley, Thomas.
You have Ward better than Verrett?
Because I'm going in with the mindset with Verrett. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
but he's just saying rank them, not give me your starters. Like, who's the best corner? I don't know.
Travarius Ward's good, bro. He's good. Listen, Jason Verrett's a phenomenal corner. He was probably one of the top 3-5 corners in the league when he was healthy in his prime. But the problem is you have that mindset. You have that locked in your head is, okay, how long is this going to last? Now, the 1 year he played it through the whole season, he was great. But the issue is it's still embedded in your head that something's going to happen, just a matter of when. But skill set, I understand. I would do 1A, 1B with Ward and Verrett. Bro, if you watch that kid play, Ward is a good corner, bro. And I don't know why Kansas City didn't try to sign him. But
well, they spent some money in other places this offseason. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's much more evidence that you gave up arguably one of the top 3 positions on the NFL roster as a corner, right? You agree with that? And then you also gave up one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, for money. So I think they were kind of trying to do something with their cash that we don't see. We didn't see the bigger picture in.
Well, the $50 million a year kicked in.
Yeah. So they had to make some room, and extending a guy like Ward isn't going to be an option. And unfortunately, you're making $50 million. Make somebody else better. We got to let go of your top weapon.
I hear you.
All right, so go ahead. Rank you. I cut you off very early. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I want to say Verrett. I want to say Verrett, but it's the injury thing that's fucking me up. All right, so I'm gonna go.
Assume everyone's healthy.
All right, we'll go Verrett, Ward. We're gonna go Mosley, Thomas. I'm gonna go with Womack's an inside guy. Denard's an inside guy. Dante and Castro Fields.
Let's go. Show some love to my man Dante, baby. So you have Lenore pegged as an inside guy, though, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure where I think Castro Fields is going to line up, but Womack is going to be an inside guy, right?
I think the starting nickel is going to be between Womack and Denard.
Not Lenore.
Nope.
Okay. All righty. And that answers the Nice's next question is where's Womack and Castro Fields? Tony has Fields as an outside guy and Womack as an inside guy as a potential starter for the Niners. So that's pretty cool. LeBron Ship says, where's Nick been at? I'm not. If you guys are friends with Nick on Facebook, he's on there a lot more than he is on Twitter and everything else. So it's his birthday too, by the way, guys. You guys should hit him up. Shoot him a text if you got his number. Hit him up on Facebook or even tweet him. He sees it. I don't know if it's going to respond, though, but he sees it. So make sure you guys hit him up. It's his birthday today. All right. All right, here we go. Could you see a situation where Tavarius Moore could be traded to Chicago or New York? I think this guy is a starter here this year. I'm the only person that's saying this, man. I'm not trading my guy. I'm keeping him, man. Hufanga can sit and wait. Huff on that. Get it? All right, what do you think, man, Tony?
I think I don't think he gets traded whatsoever. I think he's going to compete with Hufanga. And I think it's going to come down to the issue with Tavarius Moore is he was not good with angles, and at times he played a little undisciplined. Now, they're big on that, playing to your assignment. And if he can't prove that, Hufanga's going to get the start. If he can prove it, I think Tavarius Moore can be your starting safety.
I got you. All right, man. Guys, that's going to do it for us today, man. Thank you all for checking us out. I really, really appreciate y'all for jumping in here, man. By the way, he could get traded, but I don't think the Niners wanted to happen. So just to be clear here. So thank you all for joining us. For this 45-minute Q&A. My computer kicked me out again, so even the computer's telling me it's time to go. So we're going to get out of here. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate.
But always remain faithful, guys. We'll see y'all soon, all right? Breezy, take us home, man.
So now they've got to start from deep in there.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing.